Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another BGR stream. I'm the person that is gonna read you his story. Totally not a Miku. Cause look at me. Definitely not one. Clearly. Do need to get myself a fancy new model. And hello there, Mandy. How do you do? We were pretty quick. I didn't even have time to even see what's going on in my own chat. Anyway. Well, I do sometimes do some silly stuff with my own artworks. Anyway, it's fun to do fun little drawings from now and then. Anyway, today, as you can probably tell from the title, we're gonna go on a date with this lovely person in front of us. I don't know if the Bond story is actually a date. I just assume it is. But we'll find out what will happen. And what trouble what sort of mischief we'll get up to. So essentially this is going to be a rather chill story, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this trip. How can be love if one wouldn't die for it, when they are alive and revived by it when they are dead? How is the love born from a dream any less real? How does everyone feel about the Peony Pavilion? You're used to the action-packed performances, but I thought we could try something different on this Double Seventh Festival. It's not easy to find proper dancers nowadays, with all these mechanical puppets out there. Not to toot my own horn, but these dancers, they are quite the beautiful and exceptional bunch. Petals fall on pillows light, sweet sleep on a weary night. Fleeting spring blooms evading our grasp. Summer leaves whisper, the color calls like a raindrop cascade. A lone shadow remains. Dancers' sleeves glide from flowers and butterflies around them. A breeze blows by, sending their files across the vests and the fences into the sky to witness the lavish view in the busy ports of Kulong's night. And the scene pauses. Analysis on C973920 complete. The video data is larger than expected. Even though you have sped up the footage on your terminal, you can still glimpse the extravagance of Kulong's past. Now all you can see there is this decrepit building and shattered green tiles telling this countryside fears its former glory. The constructor operating the terminal scans through the data at the lightning speed before shaking his head. Interesting we no longer hang out with our squad. The Grey Raven squad, I guess. Really are like promoted to chief commandant, and now we're just stuck with all kinds of grunts to do the job for us. I've roughly looked through all the readable data. Most of them are promotional materials for Kulong's Golden Age tourist spots and traditional opera. There's nothing about the cradle here. Let's bring everything back and let the Science Council and the Fuji crew analyze it first. Understood. We've also located the source of unknown signal. It's Babylonian detected. Construct points to the following mechanoids in the footage. When the punishing virus broke out, the human administrators were here quickly evacuated from the hill and left behind the work of mechanoids they couldn't destroy in time. These distress signals were sent by the malfunctioning mechanoids by mistake. It's not uncommon. I see. Babylonian received a bunch of undecipherable signals not too long ago from a hillside tourist spot southwest of Kulong. At the same time, the Knighter requested Babylonians help to investigate it as they were occupied by their own affairs. The mission naturally fell on your shoulders, given that you're the one who has the most experience dealing with the Knighter. Yeah. Especially since I've been technically kidnapped by them. But after scouring through this area, your team has found nothing at all. There's nothing unusual here apart from the corrupted Mechnoids. Nothing unusual is good. We even recovered so much long dusted on Kulong Opera. The Kinwin crew is going to lose their minds. They've been reassembling their troop recently and organized a comeback. Premiere on the main stage of the Niter. Even made those handshake tickets or something. Anyway, we'll be taking stock of our supplies. Transport craft is arriving in 2 hours. Rest here for a bit, Commandant. Even with all your years carrying out missions in different parts of Earth, you have rarely seen a view as beautiful as this. You have nothing to do a while your team. You have nothing to do. There's meant to be a comma there. While your team is taking inventory. So you start heading into the woods following the path of pebbles. Your intel shows that this used to be an ancient devil inside the tourist spot, and there were barely any visitors at the end of the Golden Age. Passing through the ramshackle doorway, you find an old tree behind a slanted wall. The canopy shakes in the wind, making a rattling sound. It's no longer than the season of blooming flowers, yet you find petals floating before you. Between the falling leaves is the ethereal dancing figure. You've seen the Chimeri dances perform on the night up, but the dance before you is nothing from anything you've seen before. You are stunned as if plunging into a dream older than the Golden Age Kulong, and your breath slows. Oh, he has spotted a woman. Oh my gosh. Femoid detected. The earth and sky fade away. All you can see is the dancing figure amidst the flowers. You have no idea how long has passed. The dancing woman suddenly gazes at you from afar. For a brief moment, she seems to lock eyes with you behind her dancing fan. Commandant, you're here. I've been looking for you. A loud voice suddenly interrupts the quiet moment from behind, dragging you away from the serene scene. What's wrong? You shush him, gash into the area behind you. Huh? There's nothing there. What? You turn around and find that the ethereal woman's gone. The falling petals and the flying sleeves have vanished, leaving only the decrepit garden and the old tree. As if what you saw was a dream. There's someone dancing here. Did you now? I only saw you here. It's probably something akin to virtual reality. Hearing you, Shao Van crew behind the construct takes a part of the device of the road and has been imitating a rock. Business was poor here at the end of the Golden Age. Trentwood tourists in a lot of virtual reality environments and performances, as well as brought a lot of puppet dancers from the KCC. A lot of them were set up over this mountain, but the punishing virus outbreak happened before they got used to any of them. You probably saw the footage protected by one of the malfunctioning devices. It's very realistic. This might not be the best comparison, but you should think of it like a dream. After all, what was depicted in the projection is long gone already. Right, and we finished taking stock. Commandant, we should head down. Let's go. You turn around and look at the ancient temple one last time. We've stood here for a millennium, and it still stands in the distant future until time raises it all. Walking down the stairs, you hear the sound of drums from the mountainside. Drum beats are long and far-reaching, echoing among the green hills. What's that sound? It's the morning drums. It's a little early. They insisted on doing it before leaving. Although there are humans stationed here anymore, Kulong Mechnoids still follow their preset commands, patrolling this area and performing the morning drums, at dawn without exception. But all those Mechnoids have stopped working. There'll be no one playing the morning drums after we're gone. Dream here will vanish at the last echo of the drums. Has this guy been so sentimental? I suppose he's such by the few. After everyone is gone, a green figure steps out from the pillar in the ancient temple. They've left. Thank you so much. This body is old, and my circuit has amassed quite a number of errors. I even drew all those people here and failed to hide the signal properly. I didn't expect to find my own kid responding to my distress signal. Thank you for your invitation. It's unfortunate I cannot go back with you. The voice coming from the old audio module is mixed with core shriek of damaged machine. I don't have a certain word to do that. That's okay. Sage understands. Thank you. My heart is content, having seen a dance with an old friend once more. Consider those done up my thanks. The old magnolia uses its last bit of power to stand up and lean on the door, staring at the empty garden. As a machine, I was lucky to live and connect with others, but life is short, and regrets are many. I cannot head to the same resting place, even in death. The old machine learns as it ceases its function. The woman's regretful sigh disappears right as the last hint of smoke from the incense slips away, vanishing into the woods. Well, no date yet. Well, there will be a date. A few days afterward, you step onto the Niter once again. Apart from ramping up your previous mission, you are only here for the routine meeting between Babylonia and the Niter. We have gone over the agreement and everything is fine. We talked to the Jinui crew about the WGAA's collaboration request and given you an answer as soon as possible. Hey, yay, how you doing? I'm surprised you're awake around this time. How are you doing? Well, I don't know if this story actually would lead into a date or not, so I'm gonna find out. Then again, you can actually go on a date with an AI in this game. Oh, you have to wake up for work. Ah, it's a shame. After that late stream, waking up, go back to work. Damn, that sucks. Oh, okay, that is a lot more bearable. Otherwise, it would have been quite painful. Well then, at least it's all more manageable. Well, hopefully you end up sleeping well. We've also been performing regular maintenance on the antennas. Everything is splendid. If something's broken, I'll send you the report. Thank you. Same. Oh, power nap, damn. What, was it like a 2-hour power nap? Jeez. I can see you after doing your half shift today and just going straight to bed when you get home. No, just smash your head into the pillows and fall asleep. I ended up, well, last week when I was flying out, I ended up, oh, under an hour. Jeez, that already is a true power nap. Oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna be very tired when you get home today. Wow. That does suck. Well, that does remind me of a time when I was pretty much sort of recovering from a flu, but I was still sick with it. And I was called into work. Of course, when I was in bed and I picked it up. Yes, just pray. Pray the eyes to just close and you just fall asleep in the middle of your job. But yeah, yeah, that reminds me of a story when it called me when I was feeling ill. Of course, lying in bed, you can't really, and just waking up, you can't really tell if you're well enough to work. So I said yes, and it was 2 shifts one day. So what ended up happening, I went into work, went back home, slept as much as I could, went back to work, went went back home feeling dead because I was still sick, and so I ended up having to take another week off work. Yeah, because how that job worked, every shifts are every 4 hours, 4-hour blocks. Well, the night shift is 4 hours, depending on what task you do. There's sometimes you have to do 6 hours. But for the day shift, that goes for between about 6 hours. So I end up working like 10 hours that day. Yeah. Notice it doesn't help with the drive to and from work since I had to give myself an hour. Oh yeah. The fact I have to drive over that way as well. So yeah, that was a good reason why I decided to take a week off after that day. They called me when I was still trying to recover from my flu because they were desperate for workers. Like, oh, said P, we need people in our shift. And I'm like, oh, I think I can do it. Turns out I shouldn't have done that. And from that day onward, I made a promise to myself, whenever I'm really sick, I just say no to any kind of shifts that come my way and wait till I fully recover. And especially with the type of job I do. Well, I was doing back then. It's bad to do it when you were sick or ill. It can cause a disaster. Do you have any plans after this? I'll probably walk around. Your mission has gone better than expected. Transport craft is back is not here for another day, and you have nothing else to do in the meantime. Having parted with Yazi and Baishi, you started walking toward the West District. In your previous visit, you spent most of the time in the West District markets or the Central District with the Kulong crew. Rarely have you paid attention to the neighborhoods where regular people live. Look at you! How big is this ship? How come it's so hard for you to find you in it, huh? If you don't plan to stay home, don't bother to come back anymore. I want Tanghulu, Mum. You're already stuffed like a Tanghulu. I'm talking to your father. Go play somewhere else. I told you, woman. I've been busy. Are you now? Wake up before the sun rises every morning to make breakfast, and you leave only after taking a small bite. You will stick back late at night after your kid is asleep. They need workers to rebuild a town right now. It wasn't easy to form a construction crew. I can't just stand by and watch. I know you're doing it for us, but at least finish your food before you go to work, and heat them before you eat. Don't make me worried about tiny stuff like that. So this is what Chinese families are like. Thank you for everything you've done lately. Oh, he said thank you, so it mustn't be a Chinese family. Oh dear. Save it! I'm not done being mad. You witness many citizens of the night are hard at work on your way as they commute back and forth for the rebuilding effort. Residential facilities and conservation areas have greatly improved lately, and many people finally have a secure place to settle. Still, daily lives like those on the night are rare in conservation areas, or Babylonia. Leisurely heading back to the West District, you suddenly hear a familiar voice behind you as you walk around the stores and breakfast spots. Commandant! Pulau. She rushes toward you, looking frantic. Oh yeah, by the way, even though she's looks like a kid, she's technically over 20 years old. It's emergency. Commandant, I need your help. That's already a face that you make that you need help. Reports? That's right. We got a lot of reports recently that many prohibited goods were found in the night. Oh, it was actual emergency. Most of them are valuable relics. Lady's shoe placed in the Tabla Akasha during the early outbreak of the Punji virus. They've been sold brazenly in the market at a high price, and they're all fake. They also contain a very hidden codes that can interfere with anti-AI detections. Pulau pulls an image from her terminal. Many of the forgery items the Kulong confiscated were Kulong-style potteries and artwork, some of which have seen in the WGA's records. Many businesses have fallen victim and lost all money. Dragon children are hoping to investigate the source of the forgeries and the cheating mastermind behind them. But we're terribly short-handed right now, so we're hoping you could lend us a hand in the investigation, Commandant. As she says that, Paula swipes her terminal and you immediately receive some data on yours. Before you use a mat, accept. Is that a digital spell? It's not a spell, it's the root. Be careful of the height difference here. The structures here are quite complicated. Many illegal extensions and underground tunnels are connected, so you can easily get lost if you don't pay attention. It's okay though. You'll find the dragon children assisting you here. That's it, they're all dressed up in plain clothes this time. If you can't find them, Paula takes a pen in the shape of a panda and puts it on your hand. This is my token, and they know who you when they see it. Ah, time is short. I have to go. Count on you, Commandant. Paula's terminal rings. It's just a normal ringtone, but you can somehow hear the anxiousness in the comms if the person on the other side wishes to grab Pulau through the terminal. I'll let you know the details of the case after your rendezvous. Thank you, Commandant. See ya. Wait. Before you can finish, Pulau's tiny figure has already dashed thousands of feet away and vanished to the corner on the street. As she leaves you, her token behind and in front of the store, now stretching out in vain. But this map is so hard to understand. The dragon children all busy as ever. Indeed. Many people are scared of them. But they are the ones who make sure life goes on the night, hey? The store owner stands up as he says that, taking down the flag next to his cart and putting away the goods in his stall. Closing shop already? The market on the night is the busiest at night, but the drums that 65 New just played. There's gonna be a storm in the sea, but it's gonna rain here in the harbor, so I'm closing shop early today. My stuff can't get wet, you know. You don't seem to have an umbrella with you. Take this. I got a spare one here. How much? It's free. That's very I'm gonna make a lot of Chinese jokes. That's very un-Chinese of you. I heard your conservation... Conversation. Conservation. I heard your conversation. You're investigating the counterfeits on East Street, aren't you? My friend was a victim, poor Chan. His name is Chan. He was counting on that money to go back to Kulong and build a house there for retirement. I count on you to find the truth. Do my best. You prepare to leave as you turn around. The corner of your eye glances the store owner is closing. Hairpins, makeup mirrors, wooden combs, one thing catches your eye among them. The owner follows your gaze and knows that you're looking at. Chuckling, he strokes his beard. How about taking it with you? You've been staring at it for a while. Fate wills it, I suppose? What do you say? You follow up the map, head towards the market direction. Soon it starts raining, just as the tall stall owner said. As the rain gets heavier, the night begins to cover in a haze. As different towers and buildings hide in the rain, shapes on the roofs, and the neon lights blurred by the mist. Deeper you go, the fewer people there are. Noises of daily life disappear before you realize it, leaving only a sound of raindrops on your umbrella echoing in quiet alleyways. All you see above you are empty houses covered in dust. You did not expect to find so many dapper-plated buildings on the niner. You have not seen a single person despite walking for a dozen or so minutes. Something feels wrong. The uncertainty in you threatens to boil you over. You suddenly hear a muffled voice from around the corner nearby. Why? To help you. You cannot hear very well in the rain, but you're sure someone was speaking. You quickly head toward the voice, walking through a narrow alleyway before finding an open yet decrepit courtyard in front of you. A certain person stands in the rain, in the mist, looking at the green tiles outside the courtyard. She's only a splash of green in the grey and dull place, graceful and pure. She looks out of this world, barely having any dirt or grime on her. You wonder if she's the one assisting you, seeing as she's wearing a Kulong outfit. You do not know her, but she still feels familiar. It seems just as Pilar said, she isn't wearing any clothes or mask that would identify as a member of the Kulong crew to avoid risking exposure during the investigation. Excuse me. After much deliberation, you'll figure the only thing you can do is to speak first. Hi. Small bird suddenly flies up on the roof, and the woman that's staring at it as if startled by your voice, flaps its wings before crashing into the courtyard. The woman and you look at each other in awkward silence. You do a fist and palm salute as you slightly bow, apologizing for disturbing her. She nods and bows back, smiling gently, keeping her sharp gaze on you covertly. I thought you were just a curious tourist. You don't seem to be, do you? She simply stands straight, but everyone with basic understanding of martial arts can see that she's taking a stance that can parry any incoming strikes. Alright. Hold on. Realizing you never get the chance to ask which of the dragon children would be assisting you, you immediately take out the token from Pulao. Pulao sent me here to assist you. Pulao? Seeing the token in your hand, the woman seems quite surprised before shaking her head. But She seems to be mumbling something, but her voice is drowned by the rain. Seeing that she still looks confused, you really show her your identification and tell her your name. I'm a commandant. I'm a commandant from Babylonia. What? I see. She blinks as she looks at your name tag, revealing a look of apathy before nodding and telling her name. My name is Hung Ying. I apologize for my rudeness earlier. It's okay. You said Pulao sent you? I'm supposed to come here with her, but she was busy. So I came here first. I see. I told her not to worry. Thank you for helping us. Nice to meet you, I'll call you Commandant, like Pulao does. Everyone calls me Commandant. Nice to meet you. She struggles to speak Russian. She smiles and you realize the two of you have been standing in the rain this whole time. You hesitate briefly before moving closer and shooting Hung Ying with your umbrella. My apologies. It's raining quite heavily. That's not necessary, but thank you. Alright, chapter 3. Alright. She quickly steps into the courtyard and picks up the bird inside. Holding the umbrella up, you follow her and then discover that the bird is actually a bionic swallow. intricate and lifelike. It would have fooled you without a close inspection. However, it's now lying in Hanging's hands, quietly, its wings stiff and shivering, as though no harm that suggests some kind of malfunction. Sorry for startling it earlier. It wasn't your fault. It was hurt quite badly before. Flying here was the most it can do. She looks sorrowful as she gently caresses the bird. Thank you for your guidance. This is good enough. I'll take it from here and talk to your owner myself. Someone from the Dragon Children must be able to fix it. It's okay. We're looking for its owner. We'll fix this child properly. You follow Hunging and go deep into the quiet alleyway. This used to be a hustling and bustling neighborhood, but now it's left in ruins. I heard many people choose to return to Kulong after the ship docked, which is why there are fewer people on the liner now. Leaving this place and returning to Kulong their home was the wish of many people trapped on this ship in the middle of the sea. Miles was the most valuable resource that could support regular people to leave the ship when Lord Filler was in charge of the liner. Except the homes many people remembered were gone the moment they left Kulong. Most people that are still on the liner are trapped in the past. Hugging's words are equally conflicted and attached, if she does not belong to Kulong or the Niter. Was that when you boarded the Niter, Hugging? I used to live here. I know every nook and cranny on this ship, but I left for a long time because of some past events, when he recently came back for the first time. There have been many changes here as well. Many old friends are no longer here, if it weren't for poor Lau. Hugging stopped talking as if realizing she said too much. Did something happen? If we have a chance to talk in the future, I'll tell you everything. But we have something more important on our hands, don't we? Regarding what Pulau said, do you have any more details on the source of those forgeries? Forgeries? Ah, right. Pulau mentioned that many counterfeits have appeared in the shops of the night recently. I've seen a few, though I have well-hidden code on them. And the person behind those codes... You step on a loose tile while you're talking and you hear the sound of a trigger spring in the wall on your right simultaneously. Oh no. Dark objects shoot out from the wall before you can react. Right then, a gentle but steadfast wind rushes by as Hunger dashes in front with inhuman speed to shield you. With a loud clang, an arrow shot from the trap pierces the garden wall next to you. The sudden threat has not phased Hunging, but moving as elegant as a dance, her motion reminding you of the certain memory in your mind. Commandant, are you okay? Coming to your senses, you see Hunging turning around and putting away her fan before examining you warmly. I'm fine. I didn't expect this kind of old-school trap on the Niter. Might be old, but these traps are even harder to notice on the Niter. Or was it here in the first place? I'm guessing that it's set up by the residents still living here. Isn't want untoward visitors. Let's be careful as we move forward, Commandant. The paths afterward are convoluted and intertwined. Rendering the map Pulau gave you completely useless at this point. You resort to following Hunging's lead as you go deeper. Rain begins to stop. You encounter a few more traps here and there on the way, but Hunging and you managed to disarm them before they were triggered. Passing another stretch of empty houses, you find the unchanging landscape before you suddenly shift. The old buildings have been repaired and containers sit tightly on shelves instead of being covered in dust. You hear the bustling noise of conservations coming from the depth of the narrow alley. You thought to be empty. You stop to listen. Did anyone see my cane? Mum, I want dim sim. What's it? Dim sum. From Pai Shilin. They're out if we don't hurry. Alright, alright. Let your mother finish sewing this, and you get a new coat to wear. We'll go to West Street for dim sims and lanterns afterward, yeah? Yeah. Girl cheers Gil. The girl cheers Gil. Gilfully. Gilfully. The girl cheers Gilfully. The girl cheers gilfully. The bells on her ponytails ring as she moves. Pronunciations. Press number 20. It moves. Do a flip, jump. That's right. Hop on the pole, keep jumping. Wait, you didn't lift your leg high enough. Ah! You hear the heartbreaking sound of a man's scream, followed by the crash of a giant mechanical object climbing. Dad, stop tinkering with your mechanical line. It's never been activated successfully since it was made. Tonight's line dance is... Stay out of this, boy. I almost made it. You should sit and watch too. You're out to learn all of this sooner or later. Have you seen Mole's granddaughter next door? She's so young, she's already a civil servant. Stop comparing me with other people. I told you I don't want to learn this. It's a craft passed down from generation to generation. Our family. You don't get a say. Alright. Stop arguing, you two. It's a holiday for once. Hey, cool. It's about time. Sarah is waiting for us to begin. Got it. Come in. The courtyard begins to get lively. People move about. Grandparents chuckle as they get slowed down to the spring children. Guests with gifts big and small, all welcomed inside, stopping and applauding the lion dance. You cannot help but feel the happiness and warmth in the air, even when only listening to the other side of the wall. Lively. Yeah. Hanging answers you quietly as you arrive at the deepest part of the alley. The door on the end of the road is left ajar, and the voices you hear are coming from inside. Anything wrong? Shaking her head, she walks up and extends her hand to push the door. As soon as the door swings open, the bustling sound ceases abruptly. The unexpected hush throws you off balance, causing a brief disconcerting ring in your ears, when unfolds for you is a view utterly different from your anticipations. Inside the yard, there are no signs of a joyful, lovely family, no children engaging in playful chase on the watchful, smiling gaze of their mother. Instead, all meets your eyes a set of worn, rattan furniture on the stark grey ground. Sitting on chairs, an antique Mechnoid, his back facing the yard door. Perched on top of his head is a bionic swallow, the same as the one you saw earlier. Are those sounds made by this Mechnoid? Hanging offers you a gentle nod, a fleeting glimmer of sympathy crossing her gaze. Simulation terminated. 1 minute, 39 seconds of new data added. Objective not accomplished. Deleting redundant data. Unidentified intruders detected. Activating armed defense mode. You merely hold your gun up, aiming at the Mechnoid, whose face pulsates with an ominous red glow, giving you anticipation of a peaceful encounter on the night. You armed yourself minimally, certainly not prepared for an unexpected confrontation. It's okay, Command. He's not corrupted. A hand gently settles on your arm as hunging, soothing voice resonates, her tone akin accompanying a startled child. Almost as if reacting to her words, the extending arm of the Mechnoid transforms into a pitch-black barrel. Deafening blast reverberates in the air, succeeded by blossoming of a petite smoke flower. Amidst the lingering smoke, you and your Mechnoid lock gazes. After a few tense seconds, the red glow emanating his head morphs into a tranquil green. I lost. This isn't a competition or anything. The winner is decided. Regardless, my reality is no longer as it used to be. Now I have to enter sleep mode for maintenance for every 10 hours. However, you destroyed the defense measures I set outside. According to Kulong law, you are obligated to compensate for my losses. The visible damage screen affixed on his chest displays numbers that incessantly escalating. After a moment, they finally stabilize, telling on an exorbitant price that would take Poolhouse several seconds just to thermalize it. Can I get a reimbursement from the Kulong crew for it, right? Puff of air jets from the Mechnoid's heat vent, almost as if it were snorting in scorn. These pesky human thieves swiped a whole bunch of stuff from me last time. If it weren't for my traps, I wager they would have swept even those old screws I have remaining on me. Despite his withered appearance, this mechanism possesses a high level of intelligence as well as sophisticated emotion imitation feature. As for the human thieves you brought up, I'm sorry, but you sent a signal blocker and turned down all comms requests. This is the only way we could manage to talk with you. You glance down at the terminal. It's already in offline mode. Just as you anticipated, it appears that in addition to the defensive traps, the mechanoids have also rigged devices to block all incoming signals. You said people stole your stuff from you. That's right. These jiggy humans, they robbed me in the middle of my maintenance routine. Good thing I caught on quickly enough. Otherwise, everything my master left behind would have been swiped by now. What have you lost so far? Invaluable human artworks that Master created. If you need it, I can make a detailed list of all the stuff that got taken. You recognize that some of the items displayed on your screen as the overlap with Pulau previously showed you. By the way, none of Master's works could have been completed without my help. Each of them is a unique piece of my own code embedded in it. So all those forgeries are from here. Forgeries? I've got to set a record straight. These works are the fruits of Master's amazing skills. That includes me. Master can perfectly imitate and replicate every single detail of the original works. Even the top connoisseurs in Kulon can't spot the difference. It's artistry at its finest. Rotom the Magdal waves his barrel arm. But you're the only one here. Your master... My master is currently not on the Nida. He left not too long ago saying that he wanted to look for his family up in the mountains. As Master commanded, I'm not allowed to leave this construction until he returns. I must obey every command he gives. It's a fundamental directive etched into my logic of my behavioral patterns. Not long ago. Surprising in Burger's description for a machine like you. This is a style reference Master programmed into my language module. He's not a fan of me saying something too stiff. The accurate time should be 2,470 hours ago. No calculation error. It was 5,320 hours ago. Calculation error. It was 7,340 hours. Calculation error. Ekron continues to recalculate the number as if he's malfunctioning. His eye indicator flashing in apparent confusion. His time perception module is malfunctioning due to the overload of redundant data. I'm afraid his must has been gone for a very long time. After a while, the McNaughton's calculation finally comes to a halt. So Master has been gone for such a long time. I remember it now. I wanted to go outside and look for him because he's been away for too long. I also wanted to find his works back after they were stolen. But leaving here clashes with the command Master gave me. I tried to overwrite this command by executing the final command of a higher priority. However, all my attempts have so far failed due to the lack of real-world parameters regarding family and life. So the sounds we heard outside were part of your simulation? Correct. I will fulfill Master's final command by using real-life data and image data as references. And his command is? Wait for me. When I come back, we will live a happy life as a family. Before that, I will have you help me take care of our home. I see. So this is what you came here for? We were investigating the source of some artworks on the market. Knew it. Humans have taken Master's artworks to sell. Dragon children have already retrieved most of them. Those lost items will be returned soon after the thieves are found. Hunging casts a glance in your direction, appearing hesitant to speak. I received a distress signal that the little one transmitted. God is here. Observing the frail bird crawling up in Hunging's hand, the Magdalene lowers his barrel arm in a melancholic manner. The other bionic swallow in his head flutters and over and lands on Hunging's hand, gently touching its unmoving frame of its beak. There is no entry in my memory log about instructing it to transmit a distress signal. But it's part of the archives of the redundant memory that you've lost during maintenance. You can retrieve the data once it's fixed. I see what you mean now. Please give me some time. By the way, may I know your names, intruders? I am Hunging. I'm Sword. Hunging Sword. Keep that in mind. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm KLM324 Industrial Assistant Spectoid. You can call me Sturdy. Sturdy? It's Master's idea. He said I wouldn't easily break with this kind of name. While Sturdy undergoes his maintenance session, you and Hunging wait under the withered tree in the yard. The machines can deviate from the commands set for them. Looking into her eyes, you can sense an understanding about what she's trying to convey. But the Metnoid himself reached a conclusion of looking for a master. Yes, and the conclusion conflicts with the original command. That's why he's been attempting to resolve the issue repeatedly through simulations. In my eyes, Tony's not simply enslaved by his master's commands. He's just trapped in the past like many people on the ship. Trapped in the endless dream, neither able to wake up nor willing to. She suddenly lowers her head and took still the flickering emotion in her eyes. So I want to help him complete the simulation and break free him from the commands. Can't leave him here by anyway, security reasons. Thank you, Commandant. But how should we help him? Sturdy can't complete the simulation because he lacks real-world data regarding family and life. I think I have an idea. So, Commandant. She turns back, her determined, sincere gaze fixed upon you. Can we become a family for the following short period of time? What is this role-playing? Meanwhile, in the East District of the line, in front of Shen's pawn shop. Where is the person? Did Paul say she got us a helper? We've been waiting forever. It's getting late. Let's continue first. I paid a fortune for these. Now everyone knows they're forgeries. I'm done for good. What should I do? Good sirs, you have to help me, please. Don't worry, that's why we're here. Describe the appearance of the person who sold these to you. We do our best to track them down and retrieve your money. Well. Only been playing for an hour. Yeah, that was chapter 3. Chapter 4. Yeah, I guess it got the wrong person. Setting sun in the west signals in the bustling day. Sai returned home and spent time with family. After 4 days of work, you find your home standing outside the yard. You take a deep breath and push the door open. The yard turns out to be an empty, quiet, devoid of any human presence. The only sound you can hear are the gentle rustle of leaves falling to the ground, and your own steady breaths. The woman inside the house instantly turns around with joy at the sound of the door opening. She places down half-finished needlework in her hand and walks briskly towards you. Hanyan gazes at you with an expectant smile, making no move to initiate conversation. It seems that you have no other option but... Hung gives you a nod of approval. However, just as she's about to respond, something seems to cross her mind. She then places her hands on her waist, feigning annoyance. Commandant. Incorrect character settings. Sturdy's master was adopted by his teacher, and my role is the daughter of that teacher. They're supposed to be a close family, so Sturdy's master should feel her as his real sister. I see what you mean. To aid Sturdy in completing the simulation, Hung assists roleplay scenario where you both act as if you're family. If Sturdy is unable to generate a believable family scenario with the family data he has collected, resorting to people performing the roles could be a viable alternative. From the fixed memory data and information provided by Sturdy, both you and Hung Ying have gained valuable insight into his master's past. Sturdy's past showed a talent for craftsmanship from a young age. He was adopted by a renowned craftsman in the town, and together they opened a small store. The life was filled with industrious work and peaceful moments. Sturdy was the last gift the craftsman left for his family before his passing. Following that, Master took over the store. The initial period was tough, with even the regulars stopping their visits just when things began to look up. The outbreak of the punishing virus happened. People panic, destroying every machine in sight. To protect me, Master preemptively transferred my data elsewhere. If he hadn't done so, I would have been long since been reduced to a pile of junk and scrap. So when Master reactivated me on the nighter, I had no idea what happened to him. All I knew that he yearned to leave the ship and find his family, and for that reason, he had been tirelessly amassing miles. It was during this period that the majority of works were created. The family that Sturdy's master was searching for is his foster sister, the only remaining family member. After some discussion, Hung has agreed to take on the role of the foster sister in the simulation. Do we have to go such lengths? Of course. When I played games of make-believe with Poolhouse, she always said that one can truly embody a character when anyone fully understands it. Surprisingly hardcore. And for the sake of the simulation, it's better not to mirror the real-life scenario as accurately as possible. Hunging casts a sideways glance at Sturdy, and to your surprise, the latter responds with a serious tone and even gives a thumb-up gesture with his handless arm. Alright, let's see. Then, as your foster sister, I should call you... brother? That's correct, brother. Hunging covers her face, chuckling in evident enjoyment. Since then, it would truly be a shame to spoil her fun. Taking a deep breath, she expressed a final shred of embarrassment, which wasn't much to start with. Which wasn't much to start with. Then again, with the stuff you've seen on the stuff what the commandant or the commandant's been referring, it makes sense. It wasn't much to start with, and recommit to your roleplay with a more hardcore mindset. I'm back, sister. Welcome home. How was business today at the market? Hunging takes a seat on the weatherboard turns still in the yard. Begin to have tea with a tea set seems to have appeared from nowhere. You find your attention drawn to the grace encapsulated in her every move. Anything wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Business went well today. Moved so well works to 2 customers. Really? That's awesome. I knew you had it in you. I'm sure it wouldn't be long before you're opening your own store just like Father did. By the way, it's the money I got today. Put out some grubs on your pocket as today's earnings and extend your hand toward Hunging. However, Hunging shakes her head, showing no intention of accepting them. Get them for yourself. I've been making custom clothes for wealthy families recently. They recognize my skill and have been giving me more business. There's no need for you to worry about me. Huh? I don't remember any character settings about this girl being a good tailor, but since Hunging sees so, you decided it's best to follow her lead. And anyways, you don't need to give me money from now on. But sister, you're still running teacher's store. A smile graces Hunging's face, but it's immediately evident that the smile is strained, not entirely genuine. Despite knowing she's just acting, your heart can't help but ache for her in this mere moment. That's okay. I plan to sell the store next month, so you don't need to worry about the expenses anymore. Why? But the teacher made painstakingly efforts to open that store. He may no longer be with us in this world, but I still have you. Don't dwell on the ghosts of the past. Focus on the present that's right in front of you. That's what he used to say a lot. Can we no longer afford the steep rent? But I know how much you've always decided to be the bustling heart of Gulong. But it's enough. You should see me as your older sister and listen to me this time. I've heard about the Kura class ship preparing for a long-term voyage, with tourists and merchants from all over the world set to aboard. I got you a ticket. I'm sure you'll find a lot of opportunities there, and by then, your talent will lead you to your own stage, where you shine brighter than ever. I'm not going there. I'm not leaving this place. There will come a day when you will leave this place, this home, and find your own harbour when you plant your roots and grow. No, sister, you're my family. This is my home. Some of bitterness washes over Hung's face as her voice softens. It appears as though her thoughts have wandered, dwelling on something beyond merely this narrative. Hold her hand. Even without understanding what prompted her change in demeanor, your body reacts faster than your mind. You instinctively yawn to raise the sorrow etched in her eyes. Commander? Your sudden action catches her off guard. A flash of surprise and one does align with her established character. Briefly dances across her features. Oh, sorry. You feel the urge to retract your hand, but hugging softly holds it in response. Her body suddenly leaning into you. Before you can react, you can find yourself enveloped in a gentle embrace. Don't be. Thank you. Her soft voice resonates near your ear. There isn't much force in her embrace, yet you can distinctly feel the warmth and emotion she tries to convey. As she regains her composure, she promptly releases her and takes a step back, her face once again adorned with that tender smile. I used to hug Pearl the same way quite often, but now she's outgrown the age where I can do whenever I wish. That's why I apologize for my actions. Don't be such a strange. I'm your brother, after all. I see. So this is what humans refer to as the forbidden. You're totally going in the wrong direction. But we're still in the dark about what happened to that brother and sister later. And now Sage's master ended up boarding the night all by himself. Yeah. Someone's memory doesn't hold any purity and data. His old circuits only recall the time spent with his recent master on the night, along with a few scattered fragments from the distant past. All he knows is that his master painstakingly reawakened by acquiring mechanical knowledge and assembled his body pieces by piece with components bought from the black market. Even though he's been losing memory data all his bloody ages, he still has managed to persist far longer than anyone could have expected. The escalating frequency of maintenance requests has made him realize that his body is nearing its limit. As a result, he's designed to transfer the most crucial data into the bionic swallows. Your simulation with hugging has already contained everything Sturdy remembers about Sister. So, how's the simulation outcome? Your master and his stepsister came back home together like this, and you will never be apart again. Hugging naturally takes your hand. Together you approach Sturdy, who has been observing the simulation from the side. His visual module, pre-adjusted by Hugging, captures the sight he was longing for. A long-absent family finally returning to him. The command of the highest priority remained unfulfilled. So doesn't work. But still, I want to thank you for your effort in helping me. I have a place to show you. They follow you Sturdy into a warehouse-like structure situated in the back of the yard. It all stores the artworks behind my master. After the theft, I enhanced the security measures here. As Sturdy hosts the 24th electronic locker, the gate gradually gives way with a dry, raspy squeak. In contrast to the dilapidated yard, the warehouse is surprisingly tidy and capacious. A soft warm light bathes the entire area, showcasing clear signs of regular cleaning and meticulous organization. Wooden shelves line up for walls, displaying an array of artistic treasures, scrolls of calligraphy, and paintings, porcelains, and colorful ceramic statues of diverse shapes and forms they cannot even name. Each piece is carefully categorized and stored of glass cabinets. It's like a small museum. Evident vaccines puncture the collection, likely once home to those forgeries now circulating in the market. I wanted to show you these. You pick up a book from the shelf, the words Kulong and Porcelain Kiln, faintly discernible on its cover. Something is stuck here. The shadow of an object stuck between the two shelves unexpectedly grabs your attention. Upon closer inspection, you determine to be a cylinder-shaped item. You can extend your hand to retrieve it. This is an ancient painting scroll? One of Master's proudest pieces. I thought it had already been stolen. It survived the theft, probably because it fell into the gap. Let's check to see if it's damaged. With Sturdy's consent, you and Hung Ying carefully unfold the scroll across the table. This is... Despite your limited knowledge of Kulong culture, you can't help but notice the striking similarities this piece shares with a renowned work titled Kulong Landscape, painted by a famed Kulong artist. However, different than the original piece, the pit's daytime view, this one portrays a nocturnal scene where Vast stars twinkle in the sky above, and the moon hangs high. Beyond the walls of the metropole, Kulong encompasses a far greater world. Mists veil long rivers stretching into the horizon, while rolling mountains stand majestically in the backdrop. Winding roads lead to deep secluded courtyards where pavilions are sprinkled. The lines and colours are vividly rendered on the paper, enticing a sense of awe and curiosity about the breathtaking beauty of the actual Kulong landscape. Have you been to these places, Hunging? I haven't had the opportunity yet, but there's still plenty of time. I'm sure that the right chances will present themselves, and if that time comes, perhaps we could undertake the journey together. I hope that day will come. Hunging gazes fixed on the moon of the painting. Bathed in the soft luminance, a solitary figure stands within a petite courtyard. Their gaze skyward, as if spellbound by the moon's beauty or anticipation of a cherished arrival. Commandant, have you heard of an ancient Kulong saying that goes, "The moon shines bright in one's hometown"? I think I have. The people of Kulong exceptionally value the concept of family. Well, technically, the moon's appearance should be consistent regardless of one's location on Earth. These individuals believe that it shines most beautifully when observed from their hometown. Even prior to the Golden Age, humans already established a complex social relationships that include laws and thrived in families. But now, in the face of calamities, many have already left their family names in oblivion. For Kulong, people have stayed far from their birthplace. The concept of family may have dissolved into non-existence long ago. It often makes me ponder, how do these displaced wanderers find a true home to which they can return? Or will they persist in their wandering? If so, what then defines home? Hunging. She shakes her head, showing you a relieving smile. Please don't mind me. I just thought about something from a long time ago. As I told you before, I once lived on the Nighter for a long period, and at that time I was a dancer working for a dance troupe for the Nighter. The prosperity of the Nighter once appeared boundless, yet every resident was ensnared with their collars, grappling with the existence either for miles or more clandestine desires. The further they are from Kulong, more their longing for return to that land grew. It's your hometown in Kulong too. My hometown maybe, but we left for too long ago. Everything has changed, and there are certain things that are best left in the past. Someone said this to me. Only with certain things left in the past, they can truly resolutely stride toward the future. While things that remain in the past will just fade away. Things that remain in the past won't just fade away. Vibrant everyday scenes have witnessed you on the night of spring unbidden into your mind, accompanied by images of dragon children and residents, all tirelessly striving for the reconstruction of Kulong. Compared to your initial experience on the Nighter, everything now seems to be veering toward an improved trajectory, ushering in a brighter future. Also, in my opinion, the people who have stayed on the Nighter, may be they dragon children or residents, they are not trapped in the past, while the scars of many have never completely faded. Everyone is working their hardest, either to make the Nighter a new home alongside their family, or return to their long-missed hometown and start a life anew. Everyone can make their own choice. Everyone here has a fresh start. Despite the onslaught of storms, there will always be those who grip the helm tightly, pressing forward with the weight of missions and memories on their shoulders. Despite having sailed past countless ships, Kulong remains Kulong, and the wanderers will, in the end, find their way home. That likely explains why, upon the ship's arrival ashore, Sturdy's master abandoned all else in his pursuit to look for his family. A fresh start. Someone once said that to me, too. Almost instinctively, Hungy lifts her hand and gently touches a spot on her neck, only reminiscing the trace of her past. A trace that encapsulates both pain and departure, yet also warmth and hope. It might be an overly naive thought, but I think a place where someone is waiting for you to come back and be called home. I'm starting to understand. Suddenly, who has been remaining quiet throughout, suddenly breaks his silence. What Master wants is that we live in a happy life together as a family. I've been waiting for a long time, but he still hasn't come back. When you delivered the message to me through the bionic solo, I realized that Master wouldn't be coming back anymore. Without Master, home has lost its meaning. But still, thank you for bringing me back to Dad about Master and helping me with my wish. Dad about Master. I brought you here because before I completely break down, I want to entrust the works of Master left behind to the Dragon Children of the Nita. But, alright, let the plan know, I'm sure they will take good care of your Master's works. But I didn't come here just to tell you that. It's still too early to say goodbye. Hanging claps Sturdy's hands. They suddenly exchange, echoing a conversation without words. The ink on his face bolsters rhythmically, slightly akin to tears, no longer to be restrained. I see. I have reached my operational limit and require a shutdown for maintenance and data organization. Estimate downtime 5 hours, 36 minutes. I will tell you my answer after everything is settled. Sturdy sits down in the corner of the room, enters maintenance mode. Is there anything you're curious about, Commandant? Data about Master, he means. Actually, before coming here, I already learned about what happened to Sturdy's master, as he indicated his master has already passed away. Hunging's expression darkens for a moment. Despite her swift attempt to master his ship, you still catch a glimpse of guilt flashing across her eyes. A few days ago, I went to the mountains outside the city of Kulong for a particular reason. There on the stone stairway, I found a bionic swallow lying in the repose. I was shocked seeing it because I could hardly imagine how a little bionic bird flew all the way from the night to a mountain beyond the city of Kulong. You mean the bionic swallow that stores Sturdy's memory data? Right. The poor bird had been hovering above the mountain trying to find its master until it could no longer fly, but it was already too late. In the end, all I managed to retrieve was a minor fragment of data about Sturdy's master. Even so, I still wanted to bring it back. I see. The person you have been waiting for will never come back. Such a truth would have been unbearably cruel to anyone. As a McDoid, how would Sturdy perceive it when learning the truth? Commandant, do you believe that machines have hearts? What makes you ask that? I'm just curious about your opinion. I'm not sure if it's appropriate to judge this using human standards. I do. When we met an enemy, she's got like a huge heart. I see. Right. Neither heart can one have longings. With longings come waiting and anticipation. Studies like this, and everyone's like this, even I. Commandant, when I played the role of your family, despite knowing it was just a simulation, I still find myself feeling reluctant to end it. As if I'm having a sweet dream and I'm willing to wake up even though I know it's a dream. My apologies. I'm expressing some peculiar thoughts. It's okay. For those who are still grappling with the calamities inflicted by the punishing virus, having a safe and comfortable place to stay is a luxury in itself. Engage in labor during the day and rest under the cloak of night. Live in tranquility and find joy in work, or without the looming dread of impeding threats, or the headache of losing loved ones on the battlefield. Each day unfolds the pattern of simplicity and serenity. There are no grand titles or missions that, while appearing glorious, bear a hefty toll. The most pressing concerns are the trivial matters of everyday life. Such a life is not a luxury for you, but a distant mirage, for beyond the immediate grasp. This could be a good life, sir, if I long need to fight one day. Now you still have places to go, missions to accomplish. As you cast a glance back at Hunging, your gaze intertwines with hers, her eyes glowing with warmth of recognition and understanding. Once again, you feel Xeno's eyes somewhere else. Commandant, what's on your mind? Hunging inclines her head towards you and a smile gracing her features, the ornaments adorning her hair bun, swaying in gentle rhythm with her movements, making pleasant twinkling sounds. By the way, as you gaze upon her, a nearly forgotten memory flickers back into your mind. Last one. What's the matter? After rummaging for a pouch you carry, you take a wooden comb and hand it Hunging. I bought it at the market. Now I think about it, it suits you well. This is for me. Store owner told me it's called a clown comb. Please take it, as a keepsake for our little journey we had. Hanging sips the comb, cradling it gently in her hands. I like it a lot. Thank you, I will cherish it. Her voice always concludes with a gentle smiling bit. It carries a comforting and serene sensation. Akin to a soft breeze rustling through bustling bowers. It's just that I've nothing to offer you in return. How about I show you a dance? You said that you were a dancer on the night, right? Yes, the time I spent with the dance troupe holds a special place in my heart as well. This will be my first dance here since returning to the night club. Can't wait to see it. Then please, give me a moment. Alright, we're getting a performance. Stationed at the heart of the yard, she takes a quiet breath. With a graceful lift of her arm, she unfolds her dance fan. Devoid of a stage and a throwing glow of lamps, she dances under the ethereal moonlight. With the absence of any instruments, she orchestrates her performance with her own clasp, her voice harmonizing with the rhythm. She does not require a vast audience, for her dance is dedicated to just one person tonight. Summer leaves whisper, cicada calls like a raindrop cascade. A long shoulder remains. Her attire flutters, rippling in tandem with her movements. The crisp, melodic clangs of her ornaments provide a subtle accompaniment. Clouds reached a lofty height. Retreat to realms divine, my approach is found in heart's tranquil repose. Rome once again, the mundane sea of dust. Giants battled, flesh devoured, sing a grand elegy in memory of songs long gone. Her eyes, bathed in a gentle glow of moonlight, suddenly alternate between hiding behind a fan and casting a firm gaze upon you. The melody, gentle and intoxicating, follows like a stream of dreams into the quiet night. The moon, once shrouded by vile wisping clouds, now shines in its full brilliance, casting a ceremony creamy glow onto the yard. She turns, unfurls, and tumbles in an elegant symphony of movement. Observing her dance, you're transported back to the scene you once dismissed as an illusion, a memory tucked away in the recesses of your mind. The figure that danced beyond the bounds of time, dream of hailing from a distant past, despite its fleeting existence, it remains an unforgettable memory. It was right. It was real. The maiden who once danced amidst the whirlwind of falling petals, a vision you thought was an illusion, does indeed exist in the world, and in this breathtaking moment she stands right before you. As the dance reaches its final, hanging gracefully folds her hand and offers you a bow in your direction. In response, you give her the most heartfelt applause. Thank you for your time. Commandant, what do you think? It's breathtaking. Thought you were going to disappear after the dance. But look, I am still here. She gently responds, walking over to sit down on a bamboo stool beside you. Together you sit on the porch, your gaze falling upon the empty yard. The moon now reigns high in the sky. From seeming out of nowhere, two bionic swallows, freshly repaired, swoop into the perch on the house eve. What is left now is waiting for Sturdy to wake up. Right, we can get some rest before that. Alright. As you go over your worries, a wave of coming exhaustion crushes over you, bringing on the usual pool of sleepiness. Your eyelids growing heavy, surrendering to the sweet core of rest. In your half-conscious state, you feel as though you are sinking into the ocean, as one soft and inviting as a bed of cotton. You'll catch a cold sleeping like this. A tender voice whispers near your ear, and the soft timber resonating with a hint of resignation. Before darkness fully embraces your vision, you catch a fleeting glimpse of Hanging showing a lonesome expression. I decided to visit the place you mentioned. Akana will be happy to have you a new family member. The church. Will it be a new home? Depends on your choice, but we have someone there who can adjust your body. No need to. Say goodbye? Right. Whether it's due to the person's position or the rules of the church, now isn't the best time. I don't wish to bring trouble to everyone. Dance as a farewell is enough, but I still need to power out for what happened this time. You wake up, it's already the next morning. Looking out the window, you're greeted by a clear azure sky. It seems the storm at sea has finally subsided, presumably followed by the promise of warm, sunny days. With your movement, a blanket which has been draped over your body slips and falls gently beside the bed. Ringing? You heard no response. Your voice's only sound echoing in the silent room. In a flurry of the moment, you spring from the bed and stride into the room. You search for hanging sturdy in the yard, only to find it empty and barren as you've been here all alone from the very beginning. Did you wake from a dream, or were you still in a dream? Amidst your confusion, your gaze falls upon a jade fan, pendant and a worn warehouse key lying on the stone table in the yard. They left you hanging sturdy. Holding the jade fan pendant in your hand, you're struck by its cool yet gentle touch. A testament of that everything you've experienced was not a mere dream. While Hung's silent departure leaves you puzzled, you believe that as long as she still revisits the Niter, destiny will bring your paths together once more. There will come a day you'll find your answers to questions you couldn't ask this time. Though the yard remains empty and barren, signs of sudden change have emerged. The shattered door has been reconstructed and reinstated. Dust that one blanket on the floor has been swept away, and a small lantern now hangs on the porch. Long ago, this place served as a temporary home for that and harbored the longings of a lonesome mechanoid. And once upon a time, just like the Niter, this yard had windows to radiant lanterns aloft, with the bustling sphere of carnival sounds and joyous reunions of families. Transcendent as these memories may be, nothing can deny their existence. As you tenderly close the yard door, a bionic swallow lights on your shoulder. It offers a gentle caress to your face with its beak, a touch as light as a whisper, then with rustle of feathers, it takes flight once again, soaring toward the boundless azure sky. We did and unintentionally did our job. Well, technically we found a job we were meant to assist, but we assisted and was got polluted away. Well, we got a dance. Well, certainly a lot more wholesome story. A lot more wholesome than whatever Vera's story is. Oh yeah, I do have new Vera. I mean, that would be interesting to see. She will definitely be 100% a man eater Vera. Oh, this woman's crazy. Then you got child. Actually, so she's technically, that means she was like 14 when she became a construct. In the game, it's implied that well, not really applied. The time gap between when she became a construct is about 20 years. So that means she's technically 34 years old. Because I'm just using the mental age as the base when they became a construct. So the point in the story is 34. The game's been out for 2 years, so we meet her when she was 32. And she was 14 when she became a construct. She was a little kid when she went on the Niter, so she was like, let's say 6 years old. And within that 8 years, she was raised by Hung Ying and lived on the Niter. So that means the punishing crisis happened 34 plus 8. 42, take away 2. So it happened 40 years ago. Actually, that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. So, that means the start of the game, the punishing crisis, happened 40 years ago. I'm actually gonna write that out. I'm on my schizo rant now. 40 years. I just saw a funny meme. Anyway, where is it? PGR timeline. I'm gonna stream this, so might as well add some music to the background when I go on my schizo rant. Sound. Other. There was a button for music to play. Keyboard. What am I doing? I'll just press results, restore to default. Ah, it's still doing it. Oh well. No music then. Yes, I need to do some fiddling. Hang on a second. How am I gonna do this? Yeah, I'll do it in this silly way. Okay, that didn't work. Nah, okay. I'm gonna have to do a full screen display capture. Why does it put it the fucking top? There we go. Let's move this. There we go. Why is the chat not appearing? Give me chat room. You bastard. There we go. Just needed a refresh. Alright. Just filling with my own setup. Anyway, here's my timeline. This is all speculation. So, from the start of the game, 40, 40 years ago, the punishing crisis happened. It's not the punishment crisis, it's the punishing crisis. Yes. So yeah, from 40 years ago, the punishing crisis happened. Hang on, there's something I need to go and check first. Um, where is it? No, that's not it. Where is the link I'm looking for? Um, oh, there we go. The link I'm looking for is on Chinese, so and I don't speak Chinese. Anyway, here's the link. Oh, I'll just remove that. I found the Chinese PGR wiki, which has all the most important information I want, because I realized the Chinese on their wiki actually made a timeline. Worldview. List of important events. The Arcadia Retreat. Historical timeline. Alright. Golden. Let's see if it actually provides me some dates. There we go. Dates. So, I don't speak Chinese. So I'm gonna guess what. Yeah, the translation thing's not appearing. So these are the events that happened in the Golden Age. So at the end of it, so that means the punishing crisis happened in the year 2160. So now I know an actual timeline. Let's do 2160. The punishing crisis happen when the 0 point reactor blew up. I don't think it actually blew it up, but anyway. So, now this is the tricky part. Finding out where everyone's born. Wait, they actually have a timeline. What we're doing, making this crap up. So it has to be 2160. Reserve becomes a forest keeper. Sophia Gordon, Sedicants from Alpha unleashes first fight. interfering with the endless reincarnation experiment. That's the main story. So the first fight. So that happened in 2090. So the start of the game. I'm just going to use other people's homework for my own homework. So 2190 is the starting point of the game. So we start in the 22nd century. 2190. So the punishing... I need to confirm this. What do you say words? Page translator. Alright, it's joins partly before 2160. Okay, yeah, it must be 2160. Has to be 2160. 2159. I don't know being to pronounce that. Once again, made a breakthrough. Signatures. This is about Babylonia. Alright, what happened in 2161? Thank you, Chinese, for doing the homework. Alright, yeah, 2160 is the punishing crisis. So the punishing crisis happened in... I'm just gonna copy that. Stop it from me trying to make all this bull crap up. So that means... Can I refresh the page and see if I can do a translation option? There we go. Dominic, create the stone. Oh, United. Okay, that's interesting. So the world government was created in 2130. Well, okay, the world government's pretty young. I'm just gonna copy. I was gonna do all this myself, but oh well. Anyway, there needs to be a translator, and that's gonna be me. So 2130, the world government is created and the Science Council. The new Emperor of Cologne. Shoot. Family, learned the art of emperors. Weapons. Well, technically sovereigns. Yeah, blah blah blah. Just press by Shu. Emperor of Cologne. So, okay, this all happened in a 30-year gap. Just fell plan. So, Dominica was the artist who created that city. Yeah, Constelia. Oh no, that's Michael. Okay, who's Dominic? This is not like accurate translation, it's definitely not. But I do know what it's trying to say. So she already became sovereign before. Give it a visit you. Chapter 28. It's not even released yet. Yeah, I'm on chapter 24. Okay. Oof. I am skipping a lot here. I think that's like Shu's story layout later on. Official comic. So the world government was established by Dominic. Um, I want to place a date. Uh, there's a lot going on here. Eden Project, 0 point energy. Oh, that is the, yeah, 2016 was a 0 point energy reactor. So yeah, the end of the world happened in 2160. And by the looks of it, we still got another 100 years before the end of the world. So you gotta make the most of it. So yeah, 2160, the punishing crisis happened. So yes, so that means Lunar and Lucia was quite young. Obviously, Watanabe, Bianca, Lee, Lucia, Murray, Luna, they already were born for the punishing crisis. Which led to the punishing war. Then yes, Luna became a construct, same with Alpha. A whole lot of people. I'm speculating that a lot of people became a construct around the same time. Of course, I based on the time, yeah, it's based on their mental age. Which is probably the worst indicator. That's the age when they became a construct, I'm assuming. So, because I'm assuming that because 21 21 is 22 years old, and her mental development is so much lesser than Vera's. While Bamanata makes sense. She's 9. She's always been 9. Her memory's befuddled. Well, she can't really have memory. That's why she's always stuck at 9 years old. And 21 is 22 years old when she became a construct. That's a long time being like a lab rat. Yikes. And she was already... Ooh. I'm thinking. She became a construct after Fira. Vera became a construct for the Arcadian Retreat. So that means... And she was... Vera was already a construct when she found 21. So that means Vera is technically older than 21. I should be writing all this down. Okay, go on, it's time to copy all the Japanese homework. Not Japanese, I mean Chinese. The Chinese. Different kind of knees. I don't even know how to pronounce like Chinese and Mandarin. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Google Translate. How do you say Chinese in Chinese? I did misspell Chinese.
Chinese.
Bruh. Oh, yeah, sorry.
中国人，
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 中国人。If it's Shanghai Run, then what's Putong Putong Hao? Putong Hao. Putong Hao. Putong Hao. Putong Hao, the standard spoken modern Chinese based on the dialect of Beijing. Standard Chinese is the modern standard Mandarin Chinese. It's a dialect. Alright, like German. So the overall language is Mandarin. Putong Hao is a type of dialect. And it's based on the Beijing dialect. Okay, and it makes sense. It's like this capital center. And it was created during the Republican era. Huh, interesting. He only started getting 19 native speakers in 1988. So it's the standard Chinese. So it's like Hochdeutsch, High German, which is like new standard German. Interesting. So yes, which led to the Persian War. Anyway, Bruce died. Huh. I actually have a date. Damn, well, after that, okay, he became a construct pretty damn quick. Old sitting. Okay. Human Friend Alliance. Hanging Garden is Babylonia because the Hanging Gardens of Babylonia. Okay, so Watanabe and Bianca became a construct at the same time. Geez, they are like the earliest. Geez, okay, I need to correct this. So in 2161, where is it? Watanabe activates. Watanabe activates on April 12th, and Bianca became a contract on the 21st. Okay. I will make the PGR timeline by using the Chinese framework for the English speakers. When did the Arcadia happen? Um, around. Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna say it's. Did Liv become my construct in? Cause she was a battle medic. She was definitely a battle medic for the first year of the war. Maureen being Lee. Oh, okay. Liv and Lee became a construct around the same time. For two very different reasons. Okay, I'm gonna say because the punishing it was early days, so it was definitely going on. 2162. Lee became where is it? I actually was right that Liv and Lee actually activated around the same time. Ah, my speculation was not crazy at all. Because I definitely knew that Lee was. Oh, actually, no, she's August 10th. Question is, if it was both in the years 2162, I don't know what year I want to make Liv. I'm going to use like an arbitrary number, even though it's consistent. Hmm. So yes. Start of life. Question is, did she become a construct in the first year of the war? Um, yes. Because Guantanamo was a mercenary beforehand. Hmm. Speaker, so he became the president. Wait, when was the actual? Karina, Camus, Shangwu, Tanita, Okay, that's when. Specific time unknown. Polish hasn't anticipated. Hmm. Hmm. After the Great Retreat, only counterattack. Lead of the Human Front. Chrome Arc chapter. Okay, Alpha. Selena. Jeez, Alpha is Lucia's old. Speckler's dead in 2179. Hanson was 45 years old this year. Spexlights. 2179. The ice age is kind of the start of the main. Gene. No one. Oh, it was 21. Yeah, not 2190. Because that's for the first, that's like the start. Oof. Alright. Starting point. Battle with Alpha CD 75. Well, let's say CD 15. Alright. I need to do some comparison. I hope it's not like a translation error. So when was the Arcadia retreat? It's the incident. Not interested in what's before the incident. I'm more interested. Eden Project. So 2145 is 5 Eden Project. Start of the construction of Babylonia. Space colony. Alright, I need to double check some things. Watanabe. First man. How old is he? He's 26. So you must have been 26 when you became a construct. So 61 minus 26. 40. 35. 21, 35. So in 2135, Watanabe is born. Since Bianca's 1 year older than him, and they both became constructs the same year. So 2136. Bianca is born. Okay, they were okay. Okay, so I need to move this around. Kamu. So this is all known. 2164. Kamu becomes a construct. $21.64. Kamui slot Kamu because it's the same person. Activates. Actually, what was he? Kamu. 19. So he would have been born 21/5, 9, 5, 50, 5, 2155. 2155. Kamui was born. Yeah, I guess I'll make Liv born in the same year. Remove that. Liv becomes construct. Same year as Tami Bianca. And Erminal age is 14, right? No, it's oh, 16. So take 16, 5. Take away 16. Oh, miscalculate, yeah. Take away 16. 2151 minus 6. 2145. Okay, she was born the same year as the start of the Eden Project. Liv is born. Did I calculate? Take away 19. No, I miscalculated. Because it becomes 54. 5 left over. 2150. Maybe 45. Oh, okay. No one made a stupid mistake. So, oh, okay, and they were born the same year. Interesting. Interesting. They live in Kabul, were born the same year. Yeah, okay. Lee. My boy Lee. Boy Lee. There he is. 18. So, negative 18. 21, 52. 6. 21, 42. Alright. 42. Yeah. Lee is born. I assume he's 2 years older than Mari, so 2144. It's not that far apart. Murray is born. The real question is, when did Lucia became a construct? She became one. Karina, Murray live. Mara becomes a descent. Okay, Luna. There we go. That all happened in 2161. So the evacuation happened in 2162. Huh. Because I know Lee was on his way out. Damn, it happened so quick. I assumed it happened over a large period of time. Final stage of the Arcadia evacuation. Evacuation. Damn, I never thought it would happen so early on. I thought it would take years before they went into space. 2061. Damn, they move fast. This the start of the Arcadia evacuation. Okay. Okay. She's fire spread fast. So this happened in 2161. Yeah, I'm gonna change the dates. Yeah, I'm changing the dates. I'm gonna say he activates on the way out for them. Yeah, I actually know. It wasn't implied the evacuation was happening yet when Liv story, so I'm just leave it at that. I'm not gonna change the dates actually. So Lucia. So yes, you know. So what year is this? 2161. Shite. A lot happened in 2160. Luna becomes a construct and a ascendant. This is a busy year. That. Oh no, I whatever that. Why is the date? This is why I changed up the dates. Because these dates do not match up. Because Luna became a construct for Alpha. Now this is the tricky part. It's because Alpha. That's why I did 11. There's a speculation. $11 old? She was young, but she wasn't that young. 10 years old? Comes construct. What does this say about them? The dates of activation. That's up. And they even mention the dates. I would say Roland became, based on this time scaling, I would say Roland. I still don't know when they were born. Because they gotta be kids. When did the punishing crisis? They were quite young when it happened. So it wasn't happened 1 year after it happened. Is Lucia actually younger than I think she is? Then again, Lena still has memories. I need to consult my friend on this. I'll worry about Lucia out for the Luna stuff later on. Yes, Roland. My boy Roland. Roland came. Roland came a construct on the. It's me boy Roland. There he is. May the 2nd. May 2nd. No, fine, on May 2nd. And a ascendant. An ascendant. And so 1958 to 150 minus 8 242. Oh, Roland was born the same year as there. Roland was born. Because he was a child active during the Golden Age. The activates. Activates. Alright. Um. So, I remember that. Make a file. It becomes a construct. The 2163. When Carolina 63. Carolina activates March 2nd. Oh, no button. Carolina. Let's see here. She was 16. Boah. No, I am getting tired. Better to do maths when you're tired. 2153. 247. I was particularly motivated to do this, so I will. My hyperfixation. I'm just pressing wrong buttons now. Carolina is born. There we go. Now I know when the cardiac evacuation happened. It's not as soon as they thought it was. Then again, it makes sense the president say it's soon. It was recent because by the time it ended, that was 30 years ago. So yeah. So when did Kelowna, Kabul, I like it says the Palmish when it's meant to be the punishing. That's a huge gap in time. Um, I guess it's all Noah. Tifa becomes an Iron Maiden. Actually, I might as well add that. Tifa comes Iron Maiden and Ascendant. I read that. Yeah. That's no one. That's all no one's story. 20-year-old Selena. It's 2187 is when. Clark said the Blue Shilly lived, joined the Grey Raven team. So 2181 is when Grey Raven is formed. I said 81. I don't think that's correct. Oh, 87. Yeah, I knew what I said was incorrect. 2187. Grey Raven is formed. I'm going to leave it there for today, and I'll probably go with translation and comparison between the Chinese timeline, make it all English, and then I can make an actual video on this. But I still don't know what to place like Lucia Luna's age. Hmm. Well, government's credited and the Science Council. Let's clean this up a bit. Karina's born. Don't know what. Oh, I know Lucia Luna's born before the Punishing Crisis. Definitely weren't teens. The oldest I'm gonna give them is like 12 or 11. What happened in 2161? Jeez, the fact that they were in space for 30 years. No wonder it was such a grand scheme to go back after 50 years of recovering. Yeah, well, a lot of stuff sure happened in the 22nd century. 2194. That's what year are we up to? Well, they're like a year ahead of us on the Chinese servers and the Japanese ones, so makes sense why it's ahead. Anyway, I'll be finishing up there for today. Thank you all for coming and bearing me with my ranting. And yeah, I guess let me just reorganize all this. And I stuffed it. There we go. So yes, thank you for coming. And you will see me next time. Possibly playing Wuthering Waves, because I do want to play that. And I am planning to make a video on the PGR timeline in the future. Anyway, take care and good luck. I'll see you all next time in the future.